Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm a global artist ambassador for Fenix 360, and I'm blessed to be joined today by the reggae and dancehall artist Silverdon. Silver, how you doing, man?
Yes, Johnny. Big up, Johnny and the crew. Yeah. Nice to be on the
Bro.
show,
Yeah, man.
Of
Respect. It's great to see you, bro. And listen, I'm looking forward to sharing your music with our audience, Silver, and also learning about your journey in becoming an artist. But first, can we tune in to your track, Bye Bye Bye?
Yeah, man. Anytime. Let off, Johnny. Let it off.
All right,
Make
cool,
it hear.
man. All right, everybody, let's tune in now to Silver Dawn with Bye Bye Bye.
Darling, where there? Darling. But ooh, and when me she gone and left, me call and whistle like Mr. Ref, and she gonna she not hear, she a deaf. Tell me what I'm baby, I make it up, you know. What me did wrong? Girl, are you alone on me mind, none the rest of them? You are my wife, same time, I'm my best friend. I tell you now like me did tell you back then. I make you feel like heaven, like yo. Me give you one bone alone, not even. Mistake to beef steak can't happen. Man, I gotta do it again, man, I craving. I make you up like seven. From you tell me bye, bye, bye. Let me so wanna ask why. Lift up me head in the sky. I beg you for come back, start all over again. Now you tell no lie. You alone have me bone 5. Do no bother keep them style. Girl, child, everything me can explain. Well, me seek you away from 11. Me see you pass and I walk with Devon. And me ear see you talking to Raven. How we shark and vex? No, me shoulda call you but through me phone broke. Not through me have the hand next thing to walk. From you gone girl all me life stuck. And me alone you fi buck. From you tell me bye. Let me so wanna ask why. Lift up me head in the sky. I beg you to come back, start all over again. Now I tell no lie. You alone, I'm a bone 5. Do no bother keep them style. Girl, child, everything me can explain.
Silver, sweet, man. Great to share your music with everybody. Thank you, brother. Okay, now listen.
All right, Johnny. Respect.
Could you tell me, man, where are you from and how did you first get involved in becoming a musical artist?
Well, I'm from Israel, and actually, I'm born and grow in this little town named Ashdod, which is a surfing town.
Oh, yeah?
And amongst the surfers, those days reggae was like a big hit. And you know, when you're a teenager, you're fanatic about things where you follow. You know, so I was following it fanatically and get more reggae cassettes of the times and go check reggae club and get into it. And when I finished my military service, I even had this reggae band too. And when I finished my service, I went abroad to fulfill my dream to become a reggae dancehall artist. And I was struggling. First of all, it was like a nice journey through the reggae capitals like Toronto and New York, Miami. And you know, I was mingling among Jamaican people, and I had some Jamaican friends and start get more English and more, the dance hall. I used to go check Fifth Street in Miami with Waggy T and listen to your Stone Love, and my friends encouraged me to go Jamaica, go be a reggae artist. So when I came down to live in Spanish Town, it was a shock because it's not easy. So, you have to work hard and, to know what is hot and what is not and how to present yourself, especially as a white guy in Jamaica, which is, unusual thing on stages. And I had my experience, I was holding mic more time on some little dancer like Turbo Crown and Strike Force with late great Prince Jasbo. And, and I started to perform on some local, local dancehall shows, and then I had this offer to go perform on Bar Clash. You remember Skullman? Why don't go down and stop? His brother was a dentist named Dr. Bartley, and one bright day he come up to me and said, "Silva, look here, this year I'm keeping Bar Clash, and I want you to depend on it. I want you to be on the show." So I said, "Wow, Bar Clash!" I was so glad, and we start, rehearsing me and Skullman and thing. And when the date became closer and closer, I started to catch my breath because I said, what? That show there, people would have stone you if you don't good. But in God, women, I tell you, yeah,
I know what you
yeah,
mean.
it was like the, I tell you, it was like the first Buju Banton show ever, the big show where people first see him. And I remember how him named Grindsman get buckled in thousands of buckles. And I'm so glad to say that people love it. People lick shot for my show. And then, I started to get some more offers from Steely and Clevie. Later on, I happened to doing an album with them and sign with Light Stanberry, the manager. And I was doing some bigger shows like a reggae song fest, reggae song slash reggae heroes and parade, what if I show? And I was living in Jamaica, and I'm glad I was, feeling the real thing, the ghetto thing, catch the real lingua, the real thing, and yeah, man. So it was a great experience, and just reaching for today. I had this long break from music after my father passed away, so I started to keep Sabbath and find my own roots and study Torah every day for years. And I left music. But then when Beanie Man came to Israel now, was it what, 2.5 years ago? People called me to collaborate. So we collaborated on this local radio station and a big show. And it was great to see him after years. We used to do the same shows. And we used to, be a little friends in Jamaica at the time. And after so much years in Simi, and people react so much to this collaboration, and I love it. And start, I just opened Facebook. Even Facebook I never have at the time, because my religion thing I never even business with not at all. So my management opened the Facebook with me, and when I opened this Facebook, so much friends from a long time from Jamaica saying, yes, Silver, we're there, and we're gone. And I started to get, link again those good friends from the past and some good friend from new friend from the president, and got in the music. So I had this tune with Little Hero named General, and he was well rated and get enough airplay in Jamaica, Africa, and Europe and stuff. And then I had this tune, Bye Bye Bye, which is we got a lot of recognition too. And right now I'm releasing new tune, Take You Gal. It's a jokey thing. I think you noticed my videos already in a jokey gal way, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I present myself.
Hey, listen, man, there's so much in what you just described. Such a unique experience, but a couple things I'd like to relate to, man. Being a surfer myself, I know what it's like to actually, the surf community is really, vibes well with reggae and dance hall. And, likewise, I some of my introductions, I think, were through my passion with surfing, and it became like the music for me that was like, it just seemed the most natural, the more healing, the more this dance vibe that really stirred within my own soul. So I followed, of course, Bob Marley, and then Still Pulse and others that really inspired me, And when I listen to you and I think about your younger years when that also is happening for you, but for you to take the journey and to go and actually immerse yourself into the Jamaican experience among those blessed people, and also to deprive yourself or put yourself into an environment that maybe is downtrodden, it gave you an ability to really try and feel what it's like to come from those roots, man, and to assimilate. So at any rate, and I can understand there's courage that you need in order to be in that environment, and to be accepted and to be included and invited. But I could tell also with your vibe, brother, that shortly you were well received. So that's a real blessing, man. So let me ask you.
I tell you what, because what you're telling me, I think we have, certain things in common. The way we connect to this Jamaican environment. Because I tell you the truth, when I reached Jamaica, I was a young boy. I was maybe in my 21-year-old. Yeah. Surrounded by some, Jamaican good friend, and they all encouraged me. And actually, it took me some time to find the real me in there, because when I just come, I was, trying to flex like one bad boy and Ray and it,
I'm
you know,
cool.
it not really me. It never really worked because I was a young, a young person would try to, to relate to the culture I'm trying to adopt. And I was trying to adopt it harshly. I never even know surfing is in Jamaica at all because I like kind of left anything white off of me. I like he's a brown you, just a Jamaican brown from around the corner, from Tonglegate down so. There's so many traffic flags, but little by little, I started to understand that it's not really me, and it never always been accepted amongst the crowd. And I found that when I started to talk about the Hebrew language, about the war, and about me, people get more related and more accepted it. And that's how I started to get on tracks down there, with my first tune with Firehouse Crew. But a car in a Hebrew, you say, Mechonit, a nice girl, picking you are call them pussy, when the girl them white. So me antes it on the road, boy, but somebody I'm calling call them kind of way, so people were like, believe me, and I believe myself too. And that's how I live, and this is me. Love it or not, this is Silverdon, Gilly, and that's how I'm glad to be accepted when when I'm transferring something truth and something about me. Most of my lyrics is about everyday life, and I don't try to be somebody else. I was, as a young, I think every reggae follower around the world trying to be a Rasta man, and most of the people still depend on this thing. Well, Rasta is a great culture. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I was sitting in 12 Tribe Center in Kingston, and people simply, because they explain that it's exclusively for black people. I remember that. So I said, wait, but I want to be a Rasta man as a young man. And then I respect, I have so much Rasta friend, and so much good friend, like, really, a lot of, good Rasta friend, but I think I can support it. I love it. I love the idea. I love the values of it. And we all feel the vibes when we hear Steel Pulse and Bob and all of that. But I'm trying to bring my story into it. It's not like say it's me, it's a Rastaman, but because as far as I'm concerned, especially like how my father passed away, is my own roots. And we all love each other. We worship God in a different ways, all right? But we worship the same God. We love the same music. We love the same people. People are people everywhere, and you just be yourself. That this is my little advice to,
I think yes, man. And look, and we all have different hues, man. But the fact of the matter is we're all connected. We're not really separate from one another or all life, and that's all
exactly
from the Creator, brother. And I'll tell you this as well. Your roots and also your discipline in bringing in your own spiritual vibe. It's authentic. That's the real you, man. You know what I mean? And so if people can see that and feel that, and so when you express yourself, bro, it's a unique frequency, and it's braided in with this other also kind of love and respect that is so well articulated, felt, and shared from the Caribbean people. It is, they're my teachers and my friends and my inspirations. And so I love to share it as well and extend it into audiences of different cultures, and celebrate, this feeling and vibe with one another. But you do it in such a cool, like, unique way, brother, and so powerful. And this is why it's magnetic for other artists who want to collaborate with you. And that's why you can be on a stage with Beanie Man and be, holding your own and, and being your own representation that is complementary to one another, right?
True, yeah. I know bogus thing. I really think.
Well, listen, how about some of those other artists that you may have been inspired by, that may have influenced you? What other artists you really love?
Well, tell the truth, Shabba Rankin, Super Cat, Stitchy, and later on Spraga Benz, and this is like the most Well, way before that is Yellow Man too, of course.
Yeah,
The first really inspirement. Yeah, but them DJ where them DJ where I mentioned are really the one who inspired me so much, and and I think my style. But little by little, every when an artist, inspired by some other artist, when he just started his career, you can hear just like Al Sean Paul, when he just started, everybody swears a super cat. Remember, but little by little, he started to get his own style. That's what's happening. Like Al Buju, actually Buju was the new Shabba. When Buju just come, people swear say Shabba. But little him start to get his own style. And then Buju get followed by other artists like Jixie Kings and like what them name, Mega Bantan. All them artists start to sound like somebody, but after a little while, them creating them own style. So that's what happened to me. That's how I sound like. And I love music. I love reggae. I love Jamaica. I love LA. Love Big Wednesday with Matt Johnson and Leo the Massacre.
I love that flick too. And listen, I appreciate the credit you give to those other artists, and I recognize as well what happens is we get inspired by other artists, and then it helps us to cultivate our own art. We come out with our own frequency, and Silver, man, you're doing it in such a powerful way. So listen, tell me about the track that we just released that we're going to share here shortly. Tell me what the inspiration was for that track, Techie Girl, and some of the kind of the humoristic, kind of self-deprecating ways in which your persona is celebrated in that content.
Yeah, well, this track's actually the rhythm is from the label name After 13 from Jamaica, Plummy them, and when them call me to voice a tune for them, this rhythm is already out with Chichin Ching and Hunky Punky. They have a hit tune on it, and I'm like the second artist on this rhythm. So we started to think what is best and to do on it. And Plummy suggests something jokify, and lately it was like a big Netflix hit around the world about the Facebook crook, an Israeli guy where cheat women around the world and thief them money and all of that. So this is like a parody about this, actually. A man with thief girls, and it was all in a joke. I don't stay so, no. I don't stay so. No, I don't stay so. I just, it's in a jokify way. We just make it laugh after
It's light, man, and that's what I love about it, brother. It's fun and funny. And you mentioned Hanky Panky, and she's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I really appreciate her too, brother. So let me ask this question then. What are you working on now? What's coming up for you?
Well, I have a tune now with Junior Toots, late great Toots. I have a great son. His son is a great singer, and we just have a root song ready to release sometime soon. And Plummy is organizing a new rhythm now. I forget it. Oh, I have a next tune to this label from New York, a roots tune about the social media, how it spoils the youth nowadays, and instead of walking around and playing outside, people just stick to them, to their phone. Is our next tune we soon release too. And what if I things in store for sure? Not talk no more.
Well, man, we're gonna follow your progress and look forward to that dropping. Now, let me ask this question then: how do people connect with you, Silverdon, on social? Tell me about your handles.
Yeah, well, first I have my YouTube channel named Silverdon Official, okay. And I have my Instagram name at the same thing, Silverdon Official, and I have my Facebook artist page named simply Silverdon. And yeah, if you follow them three as a beginning, you find everything, shows and new tune and old tune and collaboration with General Degree and with Beanie Man and all of things. I love live shows, Reggae Sunsplash, everything you find in there, and you are welcome.
Thank you, brother. And listen, we're going to look forward to following your progress. I love your mentioning of General Degree as well. What a legend. So, at any rate, brother, I want everyone to tune in to the social media links you find below our interview today for Silverdon. And we are also looking forward to you being on the Fenix 360 app, brother. And that is a place where artists and fans can all collaborate and connect in another unique and profound way. So thank you so
That's
much
great.
for hooking up with me today, brother. I really appreciate you,
All
Silver.
right, Johnny. It was a great pleasure, and trust me, I'll soon come talk to you in LA. I can't wait for that.
Come on,
No
let's
respect.
go surfing, man. You know, it'd be my pleasure,
For
man.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to introducing you around to my posse, and I just think that Silver, it's very inspiring. I'm glad that you took the time to actually have a sabbatical away from the music, to discover yourself more intimately with the Almighty, because it's expressing itself so profoundly in all your music, and I just appreciate your journey and your work. So thank you so much, brother. Respect.
No respect, Johnny. One love, here.
Right. Peace.
Yeah.
All right. Tune in to Silverdon, the social media links below, and look for his rise on Fenix 360. Respect, bro. Peace.
Yeah, man.
Hey yo, Silverdon come fit take a man, gal. Gal say she special, surf on her turf, and know me presidential. Chichin ball out and fame is essential. True, him never know the Israelite true potential. Take man, gal, fi all the man, them well up treat them, gal, them like gal is a problem. Bring them by the dozen, make a long route and solve them. Multiply and plus, make a work out them problem. Take man, gal, and me say take, how to take, take, Silverdon have you gal. Take, how to take, how to take, a good man, take you gal, me say take, how to take, how to take, Silverdon, take you gal, me say take, how to take, how to take, a good man, take, this is not a threat, Saka can get no gal wet, firm in on me roof, take you gal wet, everywhere we walk, I right there she step, stalk me IG, hack me internet, you no bother ball, and just her sweat, if you still have your gal, well she no see me yet. Walk to her pumpkin by baby set. Keys to her beamer, else she get take, how to take, how to take, Silverdon have you gal, take, how to take, how to take, a good man take you gal, me say take, how to take, how to take, Silverdon take you gal, me say take, how to take, how to take, good man have you gal. You don't understand, Silverdon took your gal. Your girl wants Silverdon.